Hey YouTube, what's up? Frog here with another video, and welcome to Roblox. And this this video is basically just gonna be me showing you the basics of how to create a world in Roblox. Now, I'm not gonna show you how to make like a really advanced world. It's just gonna be more of a really simple one, like the basics, how to scale and stuff like that. I mean, spawn stuff in. It's not gonna be anything that's really, like they'll make a great game. I mean, it can be okay, but it's not going to be one that everyone's going to join, make the top list. But anyway, so you're going to want to go down to Profile, or Home, and then you click on Home, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and then it says Customize your character. Just go ahead and hit the Develop page, and it'll bring you to your worlds. Now, I have a lot of worlds, and most of them are crap. Actually, just about all of them. The only one that's relatively good is this one. But you can just hit create new place, and once you do that, it'll come up with this, and you can decide which one you want to join. I'm not going to make a new one since I already have one, but and I don't want to just have another one because they're all really bad. So I'm just going to go edit this one that I've already made. So let's just hit edit. Obviously you can't join it because I'm not on Builder Club, so you can't like have more than one game. I think you can only have one game open if you're not in Builders Club, like only one public game. So anyway, once you come to the world, it'll just look like this, depending on which one. If you do the flat grass, then it'll do this, or if you do the other one, it'll just be a plain. So so this is basically how do you transfer this into actually having something in it. Well, all you really have to do, I mean, it's really easy actually. And I think on this world I might have like added something to it, so I think I might have made it bigger than what normally would look like. Anyway, so first off is how to spawn something in. Now you might already have that, or you might not. So all you have to do is go to Home, and then there's a thing next to a part called Toolbox. All you have to do is click that, and then look whatever you want. So let's see, if you want a light. Sorry, my keys are messing up. There, a light. You can have a stadium light if you want, and it's cool because it actually works and it looks pretty cool. You can have a work light, and that works too. Or you could have a fire pit, which actually looks pretty cool. So you can spawn different items in, and I like how they actually light up. It's not like they're just there. Now there's ones that, I mean, like this one for example. See this one? It's not like it's not the best. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it's not the best like that one. And see how these ones have yellow things by them, marked as high quality items. These are the ones you want to use. For example, this one, I love this one to use on my Julius Arena map. You go on top of here, you stand here, and then wherever your mouse goes, it flashes light on there. I love that one. So anyway, and then teaching. This is another thing. I'm going to teach you how to remove something. You can either look, see up in the top left where my mouse is, see how there's a little arrow, back arrow, you can click that and look at the tower. It disappears, and then if you didn't mean to do that, you can redo it by just doing that, and it's back. And another way to delete something is if you just click it, left click it, and then right click, and then hit cut, then it will make it disappear, and then you can't redo it like that. You can't just make it reappear when you cut it. So that's that part of this is just the beginning of my tutorial on how to spawn stuff. So that was basically the easiest thing to do. I mean, you can just look up whatever you want, depending on what kind of a world you want. And here is on the main page, you get awesome things like, for example, self-connecting power poles, or you can even get like propane tanks or something. And then to move, you just left click and drag around. Now, what I was gonna tell you about, it's not like, what if for example, like for some reason you wanted to like get this propane tank to go inside of the power line? Like, why? I mean, I don't know why you would want to, but how do you do that? Because I mean, you can get it to be like right next to it, but you can't get it to go like inside of it. So all you have to do is go to where it says move, and then you can drag this, and then look, you can just do that, and then that, and then there, now you have a propane tank inside, or a power line inside of a propane tank for whatever reason you need that to. And you can move it up so it's floating or whatever. But so yeah. Next, Next, I guess I can tell you about scaling. So, for example, let's say you can look up wall, and there's probably hundreds of walls you can get, just random walls, but a good way to make a wall, and it's a way that you know it's going to work, just go where it says part, and then hit block. And then you have a little block. Now, if I were to say, well, first of all, you hit scale, and then click it, and then you can drag it. You can make it tall. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening here. It's getting too tall, I guess. You can make it whatever size you want, really. But there's one common thing you'll notice. You'll think, oh yay, like look at this. Then you, oh yeah, you can hit duplicate, and then look at it makes so there's a second one. And so let's just make a really bad house. So let's just put random blocks here just to make it look like it's a house that could be called anything. So there we go. There's our house. Now let's now if you want to test your game, you think it's good but you're not quite sure yet, and you don't want to actually leave and then to rejoin just to play it, this is a good way. You just test it out. Any changes you make while you're testing it out, it doesn't actually change it to the game. But I have a house here, or for example, maybe it's a wall. So you're like, okay, I'm not supposed to go outside of this area, so let's just leave. But let's try to see if we can leave. And look, you're actually able to push these walls. And you're thinking, how am I going to make a good game when you can just, like, if you, for example, make a prison or something, and you can literally just push down the walls. Well, this is actually because of, oh yeah, if you want to stop testing, you just hit stop and then it'll take you back. But how you do this, all you have to do is you go here, and then you hit home, and then see how there's an anchor, there's a group, ungroup, and then there's an anchor. You click that, and then look at when you mount before, it's not there, but when you click it and then you mouse over it and then you go back to it, it's anchored. And I'll show you again by testing it out what anchoring does. Unless, for example, let's not anchor that and show you what happens. And that just falls and breaks into a million pieces. So you can see why anchoring is really important, because this kind of a thing will just happen. And now look at these walls. Those lights didn't hit it, didn't fall over, and look at this. Now I'm trapped in it, unless I can get out of here. I don't know if I can. Anyway, so that basically just makes it so it, so now look, I can't push down the walls, and you can actually have a real prison if you're trying to make a game with a prison or something. Anyway, so now we can just hit stop, and so yeah, and then we'll anchor that again. So that is really an important thing about anchoring. So now say you have, oh yeah, and about the whole, oh yeah, you can make spheres, you can make wedges, you can make cylinders, you can make really kind of anything you want to have in this game. Now, for example, this isn't anchored, so that means it just falls apart. But look at this. How can it's floating? How can it be floating? It's because when in the studio, it doesn't float, or I mean, it doesn't fall. It doesn't have any physics when it's in the studio, but when it, like, for example, if I were to hit test, I don't want to, because I mean, that's going to be pretty straightforward to happen, but like, for example, you can push the ball around and stuff, and see, you can scale it, and then you can have that if you want, for whatever reason you'd want to do that. But, so yeah, so I was going to tell you about the part, a block, for example. And for example, maybe you want to have this, but you don't want, because it looks kind of ugly with all those pieces on it, those squares. All you have to hit is over here where it says surface, hit that, and then I like to do smooth, no outline. I mean, you can do smooth, but I'm not sure what the difference is, but just then click it, and there. Now it's nice, and it's just normal. And for example, maybe you would like to have, select, by the way, if you didn't know what that means, select makes it just so you can like select and have nothing, like no scaling or anything on it. So that's move, that's scale, and I'll tell you about rotate in a minute. But if you want, for example, material, say you want a path maybe, then you do that, and look at that, that looks cool. and then you can scale, and if you want path up to this house, whatever this thing is, if you want path up to the house, then maybe you want it winding around the corner of this light. You can just scale it, and then look at this. Then you have a nice path going up to the house from that area. So, I mean, you know, there's different items. And for example, my Joel's Arena hockey, I use, obviously, ice. And it looks pretty cool. Like, look at that. Now it just glitches out because it's, like, inside of that. So if I do that, there we go. But, so it's cool to do that with the, add textures to them. Now, I think this is going to be my last thing I show you guys in this, video. Or, second to last. Is color. Now, let's spawn in. I don't think these are anchored. Yeah, so you remember, you need to anchor these or else they're going to fly up in the air. Go to... Let's just spawn in another part, because it's simple. Let's use this, a ball. All you have to do is, let's just make this a simple plastic ball. Now, say you want this to be yellow. You don't want it to be that boring, whatever, whitish, grayish color. You think it's boring and you have a special themed world and you want it to be a special color or something. All you have to do is see where it says color up here, click on that, and then go to here, and you have a giant range of different items. If you wanted it white, like pure white, you just do that. I think that already is that. No, it's not. Like that, there you go. Or if you want black, then you can do that, and red, like that. And here's what I'm going to show you is yellow, yellow. Now you have a yellow ball, and you can still do all the different things you want with it. You can make it like as big as the entire map, for whatever reason that would be. And sadly, no, it doesn't work as like a bubble. Like if you wanted a bubble, you can't just do that. It like takes up space inside it too, so you can't like go inside of the ball. But and I think I have one last thing I have to show you. Now you see this this light, and it's pretty much just shining right into the path. I mean, what use is that? You have a nice house here with holes in the walls, but you really want to have light in this house. When it becomes night, it's gonna be really dark. Now, how are you gonna be able to see anything? Well, if you want this light, I mean, you could just move this light right here. But if you want this light to be in this particular spot, all you have to do is rotate it by hitting rotate, and then click the light, and then look at this. There's different things. For example, the red makes it so you can like make it so you like spin it around this way, so you can have like an upside down lamp or light. The blue ones make it go this way, so you can, if you're not sure which way each one makes it go, just look at the little outline or trace around it, and then that will say, so the red one makes it go up and down like that, that one makes it go sideways, and then the green one is the one you want. All you do is you mouse over the green, then it allows you to click on it, and then you just drag it over, and then look at that. That looks good. Now you have their light shining in your house. And so yeah, I think I might actually show you just one more thing just to make this completely clear. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what to do from what I've shown you with the scaling, but say the ground itself is too small. Like maybe you have you're gonna make a giant castle or something. You have walls like that big, they go off the ground. I think normally the ground's like that big, but I think before, for some reason in this world, I like added grass since it like looks like really thick. Anyway, if you want to do that, just you can either use a part, or I think for this purpose, I like to look at this. Just look up super thin block, and now I like this block right here because look at how thin it can get. Oh, sorry, that was the try to be scale. Whoa, what happened to that? And look at that. Look how thin this block is. And then say you don't want it to be above ground, then you just do this and move, and then you make it so you can at least see it. And then you click on that, and then look at this. If you want the base plate to be gigantic, you can just scale it all the way out to there. And then if you wanted the same over here, you can go over there. You can go to the ends of the earth if you want to. And all the way out here. All the way here doesn't really look good with being the black color. Maybe we'll make it more front. Whoa, yeah, that's what happens when you make it like really close to the ground. Gotta be careful. Let's make it yellow. Oh gosh, that is hard to look at. I'm sorry I made it yellow. That's really hard to look at. Let's just make it a nice soothing green. There we go. So now you have a gigantic base plate suitable for your giant castle needs with glitchy grass coming through it. So yeah, I think that I've covered just about everything for basic needs of this. Like I said, there are some things that I know that could be a little bit more advanced, but just for a basic building, so just to make a nice house or something, not some little crap shack like this one. But so yeah, this is just the basics of how to make a world. And then the last thing I have to show you, since I really don't care about this world and how it looked before either, and I don't know if it looks any better, but let's just make this, I guess, yeah, this is the last thing. If you want a specific thumbnail, I think you have to like pay for it with Robux, but I don't have any, so the only other way, which it's really nice, but all you have to do, say you want this spotlight right here to be your thumbnail, just go right here, and then hit X, and then hit save online. So then that means everything else that you just did will save. And I think you have to be careful because if your connection down here in the corner, if you have no connection, I'm pretty sure that it will not save you, and it'll like make it say that you couldn't be saved and you have to like redo all that. So just make sure your connection's still on. And now just click on that again. It might take a little bit to load that you did something to it. Might say NA now. Okay, it's just not loading, but don't worry, it will load eventually. And then you'll be able to see that you have a newly edited world and a nice thumbnail. I mean, like I said, unless you pay Robux, you can't have see how it says Roblox High School. You can't have like a customized. I mean, you can put words, type words up and put it on the like in game, just to show you what it is. But you can't have like custom like that kind of thing, like multi pictures in one thumbnail. But anyway, so yeah, that was basically just the basics of things you can do in the editor. Like I said, there's still plenty of things that you can do, and I really like doing the editor. I think it's really fun. But so yeah, that's the basics of it. So I hope you like this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and also comment if I missed anything that it's basic. Remember, I don't know too much about advanced stuff, so I'm probably not gonna make a video about advanced stuff unless I learn more about it. But so yeah, if I missed anything that's simple, but you need to know how to say something, please remember if you could find more than one thing to do that, because I don't really want to make a video about one specific thing unless it's a pretty big topic. But comment on this video and see if there's anything that I helped you with or that you need help still with, and I'll try to see if I can respond to that comment. So thanks for watching this. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you